down for another pit party? A real quick one? Okay, here.
Also, congrats, Brad, on your win last week. I definitely wasn't here when it happened, but...
I was really pushing there on the road.
Hello everybody and welcome to Darlington Raceway for tonight's Week 5 event, 712 Brakes CTC Cup Series. I said that wrong. You get the picture.
Sorry.
Tonight we're at Darlington for Season 8, Week 5 of the season. Gonna be halfway through the regular season after this race is over, which is pretty crazy, but qualifying about to get underway here tonight. 43 cars gonna attempt to put in a qualifying lap, and I cannot believe we have once again got a full field of exactly 43 with nobody going home. First car out on track looks like Garrett Wolfenbarger.
I'm going to set a qualifying lap. Is that okay? My bad, my mic was off. How many make the field? Hey, Pat, you in here?
And Wolfenbarger going to start lap 1 of 2. Should have 2. Yep, they have 2 this week. Just wanted to make sure. And turn 3, got a diamond 3 and 4. And it looks like a decent first lap there for Wolfenbarger, but lap 2 is going to be the hot lap. Quinn Newton, first car to put on a lap, the 29.12. Wolfenbarger's first lap actually did not count, so I might have tagged the wall in lap 1. Almost got it out of 2 right there. But yeah, pole sitter right now looks like Bradley Wilson with a 28.9 on his first lap. Checking on Bradley, and across the line. No, that's into turn 3, so he gets loose on his second lap, and it's not going to count. Wolfenbarger's second lap also doesn't count, so I think he got the wall both laps. You see some right rear damage on that 32. Casey Graves, he puts in a nice lap time. So does Quinn. He breaks into the 28s. What else we got out there? Looks like Davis Greenwell puts in a decent lap. Carson Bechtel, his first lap puts him at top 5. Nick Cooper as well breaks into the 28s on his first lap, which should mean that second lap's going to be pretty good. Hayden Lowell jumps to second on his second lap. So does Jeremy Brown up to third. And across the line for Nick Cooper, lap 3, 28.91 puts him to third. Kenny Frisbee taking home the top 5 in qualifying. What else we got out there? Nick Leo's first lap, 29.24. Might have got the wall there, I'm not sure, it was close. Bradley Wilson still on the pole position with that 28.90. Just under 2 minutes left in qualifying. Thomas Green almost gets there with the exact same lap time, and it goes to the 10,000th digit that iRacing does not tell us about, but it is there. So Wilson technically beats him by less than 1,000th of a second. Thomas Green coming so close to getting that pole position. So we do have 43 cars out here tonight, which means everybody's going to make the race, and we also have a full field, and I think that's the best outcome possible. You get everybody in the field and nobody has to go home. I think that's going to do it for qualifying. Nobody else is out on track making a lap. 35 cars have put in a lap time so far. So our pole sitter, Brad Wilson. And qualifying going to wrap up right here, and we will move on to the race. Alrighty. Alright, on the pole position for tonight, Bradley Wilson in the 51 machine. Not sure if that's his first pole of the season, but he's definitely been up there all season so far. So Bradley Wilson going to take home the pole position. And in second place, we're going to have Thomas Green in the 19. Hayden Lowell going to be starting in third tonight. Nick Cooper going to be starting fourth. Jarrett Talmadge fifth. Jeremy Brown sixth. Kenny Frisbee seventh.
Why is there a distinct lack of dark?
Blake Giglio 9th. Casey Graves 10th. Brian Martin 11th. Brian Jackson 12th. Carson Bechtel 13th. Brad Patton 14th. Jeff Price 15th. Ronnie Holmes 16th. Brantley Bryant 17th. Davis Greenwell 18th, Alec Kane 19th, Jesse Jones 20th, Garrett Warren 21st, Nick Leo 22nd, Jarrett Wishon 23rd, Cody Linscott 24th, Andrew Beach 25th, Brian Johnson 26th, Garrett Boyd 27th, Brad Peters 28th, Victor Lugo 29th, Trevor Trago 30th, Trenton Steen 31st, Cliff Mullins 32nd, Ian Montrose 33rd, Jake Vianowski 34th, Corey Wentzel 35th, Garrett Wolfenbarger 36th. He was going to be the first of our non-qualifiers. Just could not get a lap to count. So he's going to come from the back tonight. I'm sure he would have liked to be ahead of these 35 cars in front of him, but it's going to be a rough one for him. Anyway, beyond that, Jeremy Clapper Newell 37th, Patrick O'Keefe 38th, Daniel Llewellyn 39th, Dave Hoytsma 40th, DG Swiss 41st, Patsy Catalano 42nd, and Scott Elston rounding out our 43 car field tonight. Okay.
we going green this time, Earl? Negative.
Okay. 43 cars at Darlington. What could go wrong? All right, as we make our way through turns 3 and 4, pace car going to pull off, and we'll send these guys away.
Green flag.
Green flag in the air. We're racing to Darlington. And, oh man, couple cars getting sideways off of 2. It looks like Carson Bechtel, one of those. But they saved it, so we're still under green. I thought for sure we were going to get our first caution out of turn 2. But they did a heck of a job saving those race cars. And we complete lap number... Oh no. We do complete lap 1 under green. We had a car go down to the inside. Corey Wetzel looks like got the inside wall, left front damage on that 03. But again, no caution. Meanwhile, up front, Bradley Wilson led the first lap. Looks like he's going to lead lap 2. Battle for second, Thomas Green and Hayden Lowell. Looks like they sort that battle out. Oh man, the 08 gets loose. A lot of battling going on here around 20th. Oh man, the 50 is putting the 27 in the wall. Got in there a little hard, maybe. But those two get out of it okay. 72's in the wall up ahead. Think when he gets around him for now. When he goes side by side in turn 2. Oh man, they did a good job. These guys are doing a phenomenal job racing around each other right now. 43 cars at Darlington. It's no easy task. It's probably easier than Monza, but it is still not easy. A lot of cars you can see they're getting loose out of turn 4, and I think that's going to be the struggle all night. See all the cars wiggle up in turn 4. Oh, there goes the 88. Oh, he smacks the inside wall. And he's going to have some heavy left side damage on that 88 car. And he's going to be very upset with me because he wanted a fast repair this week. Not sure, he might have a meatball. Yeah, it looks like he's coming to pit road, so that's going to be the 88's night. Oh man, I'm sorry, Quinn. Three wide for the lead. Hayden Lowell to the bottom. Now back to 2. Hayden Lowell tried to get a twofer underneath Thomas Green and Bradley Wilson, but those two both not enough of a run to get to the 51. That is a crap ton of cars. Oh man, we might have a crash. Oh man! Montrose car destroyed. Let's take a look at what happened. Oh man, the 27 blinking destroys the 1 and the 81. Yeah, just netcode by about 3 car lengths, destroys the 1 car. And that's something we've been seeing this week in iRacing. I don't know what the deal is, but the internet connection is just, when somebody has a bad connection, it completely overcorrects and just takes out cars that aren't even close to what happened. And Montrose on pit road, and I doubt they're gonna be able to fix that car. That thing got destroyed when he wasn't even close to anything. Darlington taking names tonight. Oh, I think I've been muted for a little bit. Okay. Oh man, Thomas Green fakes pit road. Hayden Lowell does come down pit road, followed by saw another car go, I thought, but maybe not. Jeremy Brown. So Hayden Lowell and Jeremy Brown so far are the ones to come down pit road. And it looks like that's going to be it. So these two going to come down, I presume, take fuel only. Alright, so should go green with a little over 100 laps to go. Looks like Hayden Lowell, Jeremy Brown, Cliff Mullins, Cody Linscott, DG Swiss, Patrick O'Keefe, Jesse Jones, and Brian Johnson all come down there. And then you got Andrew Beach, who came down pit road, I should specify. And then Trenton Sneed, he's probably fixing damage. That car's looking good. I don't know what the suspension damage is looking like, but 81's looking raceable again. 88 of Quinn Newton still fixing that left side damage from getting in the inside wall. And Ian Montrose, he's been on pit road for a while, and that car's not looking much better. So Ian, just minding his business, gets completely taken out of this race by connection. Not even his own connection being bad on other drivers. And as much as you want to blame the guy with the bad connection, it's gotta, you know, I don't know why we still continue with this bad internet system here on this service. It's just unacceptable for a car 3 or 4 car lengths back to get taken out. Oh, you couldn't have done anything, Ian. There's literally zero you could have done. You were just riding your own. You were riding your own line. You were 3 car lengths back, and you get taken out by internet connection. It's garbage, and I feel for you. Alright, coming back to the green, pace car is going to pull off and field in the hands of Bradley Wilson when they come through the restart zone. And green flag back in the air. Wilson gets us restarted. Good start for Wilson right there. Side by side for second, Green and Talmadge. Trenton Sneed says over the radio he's pitting. He may have had a oh no, who's that to the inside? Jeremy Brown destroyed the front end of that 87. No caution as it was off the racing surface. Man, I love Darlington's caution sensitivity. It just keeps us going green. That's not even being sarcastic. I love that these one car spins do not bring the caution out. I feel for Jeremy here, but it keeps the race flowing. Let's see if we can take a quick look at what happened to the 87. Never mind, caution's out. We're wrecking live. But here we go. The 87 bounces off the 82, destroys that car. And later on, 48 gets into the 14, turns him into the wall. That takes out the 14. 48 comes way down the racetrack. And that's going to take the 14 out of this one. And we're under caution again. And the 88 gets the lucky dog here, so he get one of his laps back. I'm sure he'll fix some damage under this caution. So Quinn Newton actually slowly getting back into this race. These cautions benefiting him and other drivers a lot. Well, that car does not look happy even driving under caution. Seems like it's wiggling all over the place. Six cars on the lead lap. Like 39 cars still running. We did actually have 41 start the race. There were 43 registered to race. Only 41 of those have completed a lap so far. You do need to complete a lap to score points. Ian Montrose looks like he's back out on track. He is 11 laps down and he's still missing his entire front end. That really destroyed his car. But he's gonna go out here, try to get some points back, make some laps. That's what I would do. With this many cars, especially with how much they're crashing now, there's a lot of points up for grabs. And once again, Steam's gonna open. Should take the 1 to green signal right here. And we do, so we'll go back to double file. Front row is Bradley Wilson and Thomas Green. They have Jarrett Talmadge and Blake Iglio behind them. Bradley Wilson gets us restarted. Side by side for third, Giglio and Talmadge. Outside going to prevail. Looks like Talmadge going to take over that third spot. Field rounds their way out of turn 4 to complete that lap. Of battle going on here around 15th to 20th. O'Keefe goes down a little bit. I get scared every time somebody does that. I think they're going to wreck. Wolfenbarger trying to get back up toward the front. He's going to make his way inside the top 15. It's by Hayden Wall. Wall also trying to get back to the front after pitting 11 laps ago. But he's going to be a lot better on fuel than the rest of these guys. Not sure if he's going to cut out a stop with that fuel stop, but he's going to be able to go farther. Brandon Bryant. Side by side. He's going to get by Brian Jackson. Side by side for the lead. Green looking to the inside of Wilson. Forces him up the racetrack. That's going to burn his tires more going to that top line. But Green, nowhere to go right there. It's really tough to pass at Darlington. Not too many passing zones. You can't really do it in turn 2 because there's room for 1.5 cars. And 3 and 4, it's just so much easier to defend using the top. And by the time you get on 4 side by side with them, you're going back into 1 and 2 where it's tough to pass again. And you just keep doing that process until somebody makes a big mistake. Kenny Frisbee, sorry, Casey Graves, couldn't tell which Camry that was. There's a lot of Toyotas out here. Casey Graves trying to get by Kenny Frisbee. He just got by Ronnie Holmes. A little bit of a gap between Patton and Frisbee from 7th and 8th. Side by side again for the lead. Green nowhere to go. He's looking to the inside in 1. It's going to force Bradley to take a higher entry, which is really tough to do in turn 1, but he navigates it pretty well, and he'll hold on to that lead. These guys are doing some good green flag racing. It's good to see. Only took wrecking a bunch of cars to do it, I guess. The 04 got his Darlington stripe right there. See the whole field fly by right here. Oh, Hayden Lowe got the wall. And we're not done yet. There it is. All 39 cars still on track to go by. Green still right on the back bumper of Wilson. Jared Bushing makes the move on Ronnie Holmes. Again, just not going to be able to do much on that inside lane. Top lane's going to prevail off of 4, I assume. Oh, not quite. Holmes didn't get a great run. That's going to allow the 60 to look inside in turn 1. They're still side by side through 1 and 2. Is it going to work too well? Oh, they did a great job. Both of them gave each other room. And the top lane going to prevail once again. 57 holds on to that top 10. Greenwell and O'Keefe battle for 19th. And now, oh, Wishing and Wolfenbarger. Looks like the 60 got a little out of shape. Not sure if the 32 had anything to do with it. We got in there a little late. Carson Bechtel. And we're going to make the move on the teammate right there. Sorry, I can't tell if they're teammates or not. I try to look at the, the number design and the logos on the car and try to figure that out. Because sometimes you got alliances, you don't have actual teammates, but some of these guys are split off into different teams, but still work together. And Bechtel does get that spot away, and he'll move into 13th. So does Bryant. Now Hayden Lowe looking to the inside of that 07. The 07 is fading right now. '95 also looking. Oh no! 95 and the 07 get together. Not sure who got into who right there, but we'll find out in turn 3. The 07 drives it in there deep, gives the 95 a bump. So he seems to think the 95 put him in the wall. That was a respectful bump right there, I have to say. Yeah. Didn't intend to wreck him, just showed his displeasure. And there's nothing wrong with that. Meanwhile, up front, Green falling back a little bit. Now he's in danger of losing that spot to Talmadge. Giglio now going to get around Green. So Talmadge and Giglio get around him in a matter of a turn. And Brian Martin, he's going to look to do the same thing here. Thomas Green maybe burnt those tires off a little early. They should have another 15 or so laps on this fuel. Probably more than that, including the caution laps, probably somewhere around 20. Great racing going on here at Darlington right now. Everybody being pretty patient. You see a few hiccups, a few door bangs, but nothing crazy on this run at least. Martin now looking at the inside of Green. Green got loose! Oh man. He had no room to save it, and he did it anyway. Good job by Thomas Green. Martin gonna slide up in front. And he gets the wall. And he gets the wall again. If I'm Thomas Green, I'm a little mad right now. I just let this guy go, and now he's getting in the wall. Green gonna try to cross him back over. Not quite gonna do it. Now they're side by side behind him, Patton and Cooper. Brad Patton, our winner last week. I still have him as the 21 because I'm an idiot. I'm sorry, Brad. So Brad Patton is the 7. I just goofed and just continue to forget to change his number. So again, apologies to Brad on that. It's going to be fixed for the next week. Ian Montrose keeping it down below the line, stay out of everybody's way. Brad Wilson starting to pull away from Talmadge and Giglio, and all those three are pulling away from the rest of the field. Saw almost 3 wide right there, it looked like. I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing. If I haven't mentioned it already, I don't think I have, Darlington is probably my favorite racetrack on the entire planet. So, I love watching people race around here. I love racing on it. And, it's definitely one of my bucket list items to go here one day. Absolutely love this facility. I think it's just one of the most unique racing experiences you can have. Turns 1 and 2 are just... So it feels so cool to drive through. The way you swing it in there, slide up to the wall, and then cut it back down in this huge diamond. It is just so cool to me, and I love seeing it. Not seeing anybody side by side right now, which is probably a good thing. It's keeping it green, but not too much racing actually going on. Never mind. Brad Patton thought about going to the inside of Brian Martin. And, you know what? While we're kind of single filed out right here, let's go to crank it up. We haven't had that opportunity in a while.
Yeah, when you get supposed to let me know. I'll let you by.
Really? 27?
And I hope you enjoyed the Crank It Up. Can't believe we were green for that entire sequence.
At least my end.
Blake Iglio was running down Bradley Wilson at about a tenth a lap. So he should get there within the next 2 laps. And he's pretty much there.
I mean, how many times that guy caused a wreck this race?
Keep an eye on those leaders. A little farther back, Bechtel, Frisbee, and Lowell battle for 9th. Oh, Hayden Lowell, loose off turn 2. Did a good job saving it.
I got loose. I wasn't chasing
Oh, I
you.
got you, Ian. I respect you for getting out there and running laps. Giglio starting to fall off once again. Bradley Wilson running about the same lap times he was, and Giglio seems to have slowed down a little bit.
All right, thank you.
Oh, we got smoke off turn 4 there.
Works too.
Not sure who that was.
Sorry, getting a little loose. My bad.
We had some cars come down pit road recently. Looks like the 07 coming off pit road right there. Quinn Newton pit 8 laps ago. Vainoski pit 7 laps ago. But it looks like Alec Kane in the 07 is going to be the first of our lead lap cars to come down. Under green at least. Oh, that tells me these guys think they can make it on one more stop. We'll see how true that
Hey,
is.
Smokey, you in here?
These leaders got to be running out of gas fairly soon. They might just be
If it was
playing on
not
them,
clear,
thinking
take
that
a
there is
sip.
going to be another caution, which is highly likely. So pitting as late as possible is what you want to do in that situation.
No idea what you just said.
take a set.
Garrett Talmadge, he comes down pit road. But that was one of our top 5, I think.
I'm trying to get back to this part.
Close to it. He's going to come down right here and take 4 tires and fuel. And he definitely cannot make it to the end under green. Pitting right here. And I don't think anybody else is going to be able to do one stop, except for maybe the cars that came down under the cautions for fuel. But that's only about half the field. Most of this top 20 have not pit yet this race, which tells me they definitely cannot make it on one more stop. Oh man, leaders all over the place. Thomas Green, he may have had an issue. Let's back it up. Gets loose off turn 4, it looks like. Yeah, just gets loose, slides down to the inside. Does a great job saving that race car. And he's going to come away with a clean 19 Chevrolet Camaro in what could have been the end of his day. So he may have fallen back to 17th, but it's much better than a destroyed car.
Nice try, fucker.
Right here, Frisbee, Peters, and Green. Peters going to go by Frisbee. Garrett Boyd and Brandon Bryant. They're side by side in 3 and 4. side by side to turn 1 as well. Brian gonna let Boyd go. That's the type of patience you gotta have at Darlington if you want to survive. Gotta let people go and oh man! Garrett Boyd all out of shape. Anyway, as I was saying, you gotta let people go when you know they're faster because there's really no point in battling them. They're gonna get around you eventually. And you're just gonna hold you and the car behind you up. If you race them hard, the 04 from Warren also nearly losing off of turn 4. These guys are just gassing it up so hard. These cars do not have grip at this track. You gotta be careful. Leader's still out, working on lap 60. Giglio falling back to a second behind Wilson now. And we had a lot of cars come down pit road right there.
Good, bro.
Oh, God.
Looks like a lot of the Wadded Goons cars. Garrett Wolfenbarger comes down. Don't know who else that is. A lot of cars on pit road right now. We got Jared Wishing in the 60. 20 of Davis Greenwell. 11 of Kenny Frisbee. The 04 Garrett Warren. So almost the entire Wadded Goons crew right there.
Pitting.
15 pitting.
And back up to our leaders. Giglio coming down. Brad Wilson came down last lap. So Giglio stayed out to lead that lap.
57 in.
Brad Wilson, I'm assuming, going to take 4 tires of fuel. Giglio sped! Oh no! And he tows it. He's just done. Giglio coming in to enter his pit box, just misses pit road completely. Speeds and tags that barrier right there, and he just tows it. So Giglio missing the pit entry. He's going to be out of this one. He's Hayden Lowell still on track. And he's got a lot more fuel than those guys did, so I expect him to stay out for another 10 laps or so. Maybe 7 or 8. That's going to be in the upper end of his fuel run. Top 3, Hayden Lowell, Patrick O'Keefe, and Cliff Mullins. Looks like top 11 still yet to come down. Brian Jackson and Ronnie Holmes were the last of those that had not pit at all in this race. So they take their first pit stop of the race here on lap 62. Meanwhile, the entire top 11 hit 50 laps or less ago. And it's going to be close for them on making it on one stop. I think that's the plan for sure for a lot of these guys. They can make up the early 50s on a fuel run. If they run long enough here, they could definitely get inside that window or close enough to it to save fuel on that second run. Oh man, a gaggle of cars right here. Starts around 14th. These guys all a lap down from pitting. Oh, the 55 out of shape.
Well,
yeesh.
That's a turn of events. The speed on pit road.
Yes, sir.
Oh, the 82 of Cliff Mullins. Oh, man, he saved it. Holy crap. Cliff doing a masterful job not coming up in front of the field.
Bro, he's like 2 inches away from my Twitter. Oh, my God.
But he's going to lose all of those spots. Again, same deal as Thomas Green. He comes away with a clean car. I think that's all you can ask for in that situation. We got to replay that one. Hell of a job from Cliff Mullins. Back it up a little farther here. Gonna get loose off turn 4. And he tries to save it. At this point, the car's gone, so he locks it down, brings it back to the left out of everybody's way, and manages to avoid hitting the wall here too. Oh, he got a little bit, but no damage. It's fine. So Cliff, you may have got loose off of 4, but style points for saving that thing and coming away with a clean 37. Hayden Lowell still out on track. Going to be working on lap 55 when he crosses the line of this run. And now I'm getting on lap 69 in the race. For those that are going to cycle back out to the lead, Bradley Wilson should have the lead once everybody pits. I'm sorry, Jarrett Tallmadge with the short pit. He'll have the provisional lead once everybody takes their pit stop. But he is being run down by Bradley Wilson, who pit 6 laps after Tallmadge did. Which means he has 6 lap newer tires, which is going to make a huge difference. Oh man, 72.59 got close right there. On those very old tires. Peter Hayden Lowell, he's getting passed by those cars. 51, Bradley Wilson gonna get his lap back right there. So he's gonna breathe a sigh of relief as he gets back on the lead lap. Oh no, I'm losing my ability to speak. Sorry, it's really tough for me to remember Cliff's the 82 in this. Oh man, I'm sorry, man. That is really unfortunate. You were definitely an asset to the league. Hopefully you can get down here on some breaks in the near future. But I hope school goes well for you. I can't believe how long Hayden Lowell stayed out. He is most definitely going to make it on fuel. Never mind, caution's out.
Awesome.
Jeremy Clapper Newell looks like spun it off turn 2.
I didn't know if you let me buy on the low side or what. I just didn't know where you were going.
50 car.
Thank you for going low there, DG.
Goes low to get around the 24.
Didn't have to drive through me.
And I don't know what he saw there.
Man, I have a lack of fuel. I don't know if I can make it all the way around.
Well, I didn't think that you would be going snail space around the damn track.
Tell you what, 35, 32.
I'm bored with the 50.
Fun-ass run that we had there. Good shit.
I don't know. You guys call that one.
Well, when I have 50 lap full tires, you think I wouldn't be going that slow.
We gotta get to the safe car here, guys.
I think the 50 just wasn't ready for how old the tires were on the 24. And that is going to trap a lot of the field a lap down. 13th on back, all the lap down. Right when I went by it, the wave around. Meanwhile, Hayden Lowell and a lot of other cars stayed out there, and now we're going to get a ton of track position from it.
Again, yeah, my bad. I mean, did think that you would run the low side coming out of the corner. Thought maybe you would still be putting around the top or something.
I was running that line the last 20, 30 laps.
The 92 spin on pit entry?
For the last 20, 30 laps.
No, okay. I forget there's boxes back there. I saw smoke and a car stopped on the pit entry. I thought for sure he spun, but no, he's just got that weird box with the wall in front of it. Hayden Lowell taking those 4 tires and fuel. And it looks like everybody on the lead lap does pit. So that'll put 27 cars back on the lead lap after waiver rounds.
What's that?
This changes everything. Looks like Brian Martin gonna lead those wave rounds. 14th all the way through 27th. Gonna get a lap back next time we come
My
by.
right side look okay? Pull up next to me. Let me see. Yeah, you're perfectly fine. Simple. I was trying to save fuel there and smack the wall. So first time I hit the wall tonight. Yeah, I'm about to say you smacked that shit pretty good a couple times.
Lucas, I love you, and I swear I read the rules, but what are my restart rules? Well, if I've got lane choice, I'm at the top.
Y'all gotta pass safe, y'all. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Okay, start the turn, or two.
All those wave rounds going to try to make their way back up to the field. I have a feeling some of them aren't going to make it there in time. And green flag.
Green.
Back in the air. We're racing again. Yes, I had driver chat on there. Looks like everybody caught up. Good job. Oh, Patrick O'Keefe. Sorry, Jesse Jones in the wall. O'Keefe blinked a little bit right there. Oh, who spun on the inside? Brian Johnson goes for a ride. And so does the 23 of Llewellyn. No caution. What happened here? 72 spins down to the bottom. And at the same time, the 23 also has a problem, so let's look at that. '20 and the 23 get together. No caution for that, though. Those cars are destroyed anyway. Aid Lowell out to a decent lead, about a half second over Patrick O'Keefe, Jarrett Talmadge, Bradley Wilson, Brad Patton, all up there in the top five, pretty close to each other. And about a half second gap back to 6th and 7th. Wolfenbarger and Nick Cooper side by side right there. Brad Patton, oh man, if I can get my camera there. Bradley Wilson, Brad Patton battling for 4th and 5th. Now Wilson looking to the inside of Talmadge, not going to do it there. All over the back bumper of that 42. O'Keefe starting to reel in the 56, but that's going to be halted right here as the 42 gets by in 1. Now the 51 looking to the bottom as well. The 92 tags the outside wall. 51 out of shape, out of 2. Really squirrely there. Trying to get some help from the 7/21 of Brad Patton. As the 92 has another blink. Now Hayden Lowell has the mirror full of the 42 at Talmadge. Talmadge looking to the inside of Lowell. Side by side in 1 and 2. Hayden's not going to give it up that easy. Oh, he tags the outside wall. He's spinning down to the bottom. And he is not happy about the way that went down. I will say the 42 definitely squeezed the 56 up pretty hard in the center. But from my point of view, there was a decent amount of room on exit, but you know, I wasn't looking the way. If you get squeezed up a little too late in 1 and 2, it could definitely screw up your exit and cause that to happen. 56 does have a meatball penalty, which means this car is too damaged to continue in its current condition, so he's gonna have to come down and fix it if he wants to continue this race. But also comes down. He might have some major damage as well. This car is dropping like flies. That's going to put 24 cars on the lead lap. Brad Patton looking to the inside of the 42 at Talmadge. Wilson actually got by Talmadge. I was so used to seeing Bradley Wilson in the lead, I didn't realize that he got by Talmadge again. So Bradley Wilson back out front. $32 laps to go. Everybody should be able to make it on fuel. At least those of... Oh man, the 23. He might be looking for the 20. Yeah, if he indeed is looking for the 20 car, I don't know if I'd do that without looking at the replay. But anyway, back up front. Wilson, Talmadge, and Patton, your top three. O'Keefe and Trago, 4th and 5th, and all of those top 5 have driven away from the rest of the field. It's another 1.7 seconds back to 6th place, Jesse J. Jones. See DG Swiss, he got the wall a little bit right there. He's hanging on to an 8th place right now. Andrew Beach, he's been looking for a good run lately. He's doing really good right now. Sitting in the top 10. Oh no, who spun right there? The 24 back up into the field. Caution's out. Watch out, they're slowing up in 3 and 4. My goodness. See the 24 gets loose. No. Blocks the 19 down to the bottom, turns across his nose, and spins right up into turn 3. And the 48 gets caught up in that. Couldn't see who else was in it. Looks like the 95, Brad Peters. think everybody else gets through it, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, as the entire field comes down pit road for tires. Bradley Wilson wins the race off pit road, no surprise there. Allmuch, Patton, O'Keefe, Trago, Jones, Lugo, Cooper, Wolfenbarger. Okay, so probably going to go green with 25 laps to go. Like we got some wave rounds here. The 23. I can tell who else that is. 59 of Carson Bechtel. Really can't tell what cars those are. It looks like the 87. He fixed his car back up and he came back out for some points. And the 60. 60 gonna go back to one lap down with this wave around. Bechtel gonna get back on the lead lap. 56. It's like giving the 42 the business under yellow. All right, one to green. And I think it's been a pretty good race so far. The ending's usually where it falls apart in any NASCAR race. When you get one of those yellows toward the end, it just turns into a madhouse. But I would say so far we had a green flag pit stop cycle that almost completely finished. It's been a pretty good one so far. I've enjoyed it. Hopefully we can finish it out strong. Bradley Wilson, I think, has led us on every restart. I could be wrong. Actually, I'm wrong. The last restart, he had to make his way back up here. So Bradley Wilson back in control of the field. And as they work their way into the restart zone, green flag back in the air. Side by side for third, Patton and O'Keefe. Patton gonna relinquish that spot. Oh, the 37. Yeah, the 37. And it looks like the 15 of Brian Jackson back up into the field. Oh Oh, that was ridiculous. Flips to 87. 87's going to have to come back down pit road. The 15 just gets loose. I'm going to back it up one more time. I know we're under green right now, so I hate to take this long, but one more look at it. 15 gets loose off the corner, slides down to the bottom, and just drives up into the field. All right, 20 laps to go next time by. Tallmadge's trying to run down Bradley Wilson for the win. Tallmadge starting to reel in the 51. And the sun is right in their eyes off turn 2. Gonna make it tough to see, tough to judge what you're doing. Field already pretty spread out. 23 cars still in the lead lap. Frisbee and Warren battle for 17th. Oh, Frisbee gets in the wall. Kenny Frisbee, oh man, can he save it? He does save it, but pretty heavy right front damage on that 11. Leaders, Tallmadge right on the back bumper of the 51. And 15 laps to go here at Darlington. Everybody's right side is scraped up. Everybody's sick of driving this place. And that's how you should feel at the end of a Darlington race. This place tests your ability, your patience. And at the end of it, it all kind of falls apart, and you just got to do what you got to do to get that win. And right now, Tallmadge's just doing everything he can to make sure he doesn't burn his stuff off. And oh man, the way that back end stepped out tells me he's pushing it pretty hard right now. Brad Patton won last week at Monza. Can he go back to back and be the first multi-race winner this season? Tallmadge looks to the inside going into turn 3. He slides up into the 51, gets him loose. 51 was pretty much unaffected by that, so they will continue. Brad Patton. Good look ahead at the leaders and their battle. Oh, the 21/7 gets the wall. And he's going to fall way back from those 2 leaders. Wilson, Talmadge, Patton. Wilson starting to drive away a little bit from that 42. We've seen him all night. He's been really good on that long run. And that seems to be the case here at the end of the race. 51 starting to drive away as they get into this. About 15 laps on these tires. And coming to 10 to go right here. Really should not be any saving going on at this point. Whatever tires you got, they're not going to get any worse in 10 laps. They could get a lot hotter, but you're not going to damage them at this point. Thomas Green makes the pass to get back in the top 5. Impressive feat from Thomas after the spin earlier. I'm looking for 4th around Nick Cooper as well. Brian Martin gets loose in the background. Green, oh, he's tried to slide up in front of the 35. And off 2, he'll do it. Thomas Green up into 4th. Back up to our leaders. Still about 2 or 3 tenths separating them. Caution is out. Huge wreck in turn 3 and 4. Not really. Everybody saved it. Looked like a big pileup was about to happen there, but everybody saves it, keeps going. Let's see what happened. 32 of Wolfenbarger, the 55 of Jesse J. Jones. And it looks like the 32 just pinched the 55 into the wall. Dean Greenwell should have a front row seat to these. See right here. Yeah, 32 just comes up into the 55. And 20 nowhere to go. '95 also gets caught in it. And the 32 seems to be saying that the 55 chopped his nose, so we'll take a look at it from the 32. Just in case anybody was wondering. Just, yeah, nowhere else to go for the 55. He's as high as he possibly can go. Alright, everybody should be coming down pit road here. Once they come back around. Okay, so I don't expect to see a lot of cars coming down pit road. I'm sorry, they've already come down. I thought they did. So, top 11 all stay out. Figures. I figured at least half of the lead lap cars would stay out, as we're going to go green with less than 5 to go. But Thomas Green all the way back to 19th, so 12th through 19th all come down for 4 tires. Looks like the 11 with 2 tires. Oh yeah, top 11 stay out on the racetrack. Their tires are, they took them 20 laps ago, so they're not that burnt. About half of a fuel run on them. Alright, back to double file. Let's see what happens here. This is gonna get crazy. What's Talmadge gonna do for that win? He's probably gonna have to use a part of his car if he wants to get around that 51. And I can tell you at this point, the 51 sees it coming. I think anybody would at this point. I mean, Logano did that to Byron about 2 years ago in real life at this track. It's what you got to do in that situation. It's up for everybody to decide if it's right, but, you know, at this point, it's really... They're going to have 4 laps to decide it, so it's no green, white, checkered situation. Talmadge does have time to work up a run. But if it comes down to it on that white flag, you'll definitely see that bumper used, I think. But here we go. iRacing Mustang going to pull on the pit road for possibly the final time tonight. Wilson and Talmadge going to lead us back to green.
Green flag.
Green flag back in the air. Wilson with a good jump. Going to clear up to the top. Pat Wilson will clear up third. Side by side for fourth. Martin and Cooper. Wilson with a healthy lead off turn 2. Looks like Cooper tagged the outside wall and several other cars did behind him. Wilson pulling out the 3/10 now. If he can get out far enough, you don't even have to worry about a bumper. Oh no, they're wrecking! Brian Martin! Oh, car looks a little better now. It tore the front end off of it for a second, but he's okay. Never mind the 07 trying to avoid him. 54, I think the right front is killed. He's trying to stay out of the way. Now the caution's out as there's another spin on the backstretch. The 04 and the 07. And we're going to re-rack them. Alright, let's back it up to where the 54, where this all started. 54 comes up onto the 35, destroys his right front. And this is where the 07 comes in, has nowhere to go, gets in behind the 54. Then he's going to get around him. And after that happens, the 04 then comes up into the 07, or the 07 came down, I'm not entirely sure, can't call it from there. But that's what ends up bringing the caution out. And we're going to go into our first green, white, checkered. Okay, so tires did not make up much ground on that run. I mean, they only had about a lap and a half to do it, so it's not surprising. O'Keefe, the first car on 4 tires, he's up in 9th. Looks like, yeah, Brian Martin gonna go a lap down right there. Maybe? See. Yeah, he's definitely gonna have to be held behind the pace car. 1 to green here. We're going to try one more time, hopefully. And they only have 3 green light checkers available. So, no more unlimited attempts. They're going to have 2 more tries after this if they need them. Hopefully they do not. Bradley Wilson chooses the top. That's the first time he's done that tonight. Wilson and Talmadge gonna get us restarted. What can Talmadge do to get around Wilson? And can Wilson hold him off?
Green flag.
Green flag back in the air. Decent start there for Talmadge. He should be able to get into second. And he does clear Wolfenberger, yes. Talmadge up into second. And they're wrecking big. Huge wreck in turn 2. Mullins, Bechtel, Warren, Swiss. What happened there? Mullins is wrecking somebody after the yellow. All right. So Bechtel behind Mullins. He gets in there, turns the 82, and it's on from there. And that might be a park. He is not letting the 59 go.
Ready, green, 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 green.
All right, green flag back in the air. The damaged car gonna get down to the bottom. Wilson, good start. Wolfenbarger, with the help from his teammate, he'll get up into second. Now Talmadge falls back to third. Oh man, the battle's on for fourth and fifth. Are they 4 wide? They're 4 wide going into 3. That's not going to work. The 08 gets turned. Whoever made it 4 wide is getting parked.
Kind of talk me through what's going on again.
You can barely do 2 wide at this track, and they made it 4. Okay, here's the wreck. 07 makes it 3 wide. The 60 makes it 4. And everybody wrecks. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be our final attempt. I think. Yeah. Couldn't exactly remember how many wrecks we've had, but yeah, that's going to be our final restart, no matter what happens. We wreck before we hit the white flag, it'll end under caution. Yeah, it's definitely unacceptable. Ruined a lot of people's races. The 08 definitely got it the worst, but that killed a lot of cars. Okay. Here we go. Final restart. Wilson and Wolfenbarger teammates. How hard are they going to race for this?
Ready, green flag.
And Wilson looks like didn't call it out, so that tells me they're going to race each other for it. Getting out of shape on the restart. Everybody saves it. We're good. They're too wide all the way through in turn 1. And they might be wrecking for last. Yep, the 59 gets turned. 04's around. The 59's still wrecking. Everybody keeps it straight, so we're still on the green. 51, 32, and 7. 3 wide. Back to 2. White flag in the air. We're going to end under green. Kind of a Mickey Mouse green flag finish, but we made it there somehow. Wilson, good lead through 1 and 2. Now off 2. Really good lead over Wolfenbarger. 2/10. I doubt the 32 sends it in on his bumper, but down to the inside. Tried to give it a send. The 51's in the wall. Here comes the 32 of Wolfenbarger off of 4. Brad Patton across the line. They're wrecking. The 32 gets it. Holy crap. What just happened? Garrett Wolfenbarger won this race. Oh my goodness. We're gonna back this up. 51 gets the wall, trying to get away from the 32, and then here comes the 7 of Patton. These two get together, and the 32 slides backwards across the line to win the race. Brad Patton comes 1 spot away from going back-to-back, but Wolfenbarger taking home the win in the last lap turn of events. That was exciting. All right, we got Wolfenbarger up to the waiting room. Hey, Garrett, it's Luke's in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Hey, man, well, you came into turn 3 behind the 51, center in there, and he got in the wall. You get around him, and, man, you finished across the line backwards. How was it?
Yeah, that was interesting. Obviously, I don't know. I've not had good luck with this qualifying in this car for some reason this season. Started like 35th, I think. Ran my way through the field and felt like I had a really fast car. I was just passing people nonstop and was like, I probably a top 3 car. And then we just kept wrecking and got back to that top 5 there. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to, I think it was the 55, I believe. Jesse, I believe. He got in a little incident there, so sorry to him. I didn't mean to do that. But then we had those green-white checkers. Bradley actually, he was really low on fuel there. I was pushing him around a little bit, trying to help him, and then he ran out there in the 3 and 4. So he probably, if he didn't run out, probably would have got second there. But honestly, didn't think we were gonna win tonight, but we did it. So I had a blast. I'm usually not a fan of Darlington, but it was a great time and nice to get a win here and lock ourselves in. So I don't have to worry about points no more. So always fun.
Absolutely. That was an exciting finish. Do you think you and the 21 just kind of door banged, seeing who could slow each other's momentum, or what kind of transpired there?
I just, when Bradley said I'm out, and I went low, it just got so tight. And then I see him coming in my mirror. I'm like, oh no. And then we got out of 4, and just next thing I know, I'm trying to save the car and going backwards. So I don't even know. It was like a flash. So very scary. Thought maybe we were going to ruin it there in the last corner and get second, but held on backwards, so we'll take it.
Absolutely, man. Well, it was a nail biter tonight. Got home in the victory lane. You got anybody you want to shout out for the win?
Yeah, Shenandoah.co. Brantley and Bradley for racing tonight. you for broadcasting, DG and everyone for getting these leagues going all week. So always a blast. Big field tonight for Darlington, 43 cars. So had a blast, and hopefully we're talking to you next week.
Definitely, man. See you next week.
Yep, thanks.
Wolfenbarger in the 32 taking home the win. Now we'll get a word with our second place finisher, the 7/21 of Brad Patton. Find his car here. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. Hey, Brad, it's Lucas in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, man. Well, taking home second tonight. Got ever so close to going back-to-back. But second place here for you tonight. Still got to be a great finish for you with how crazy this race was.
Yeah, tell you the truth, I wasn't expecting a second here. I no laps of practice and that, and then came in the room and I was like 19th, 20th on speed, and I was like, well, we're just gonna try to figure something out in the race and see what happens, and figured out that fifth gear in 1 and 2 is so much better than fourth gear, and it's not as loose. So I was able to maintain the tires a little bit, get a little bit of a pit strat there, and man, I feel bad for who was it, Tanner or whatever I think it was his name. When I got on coming out of 2 there, I got a connection with him. I accidentally set him down on the side, so I feel really bad about that. And then coming up to the turn 4, I guess Garrett's teammate there ran out of fuel, and I was like, oh my gosh, the window just opened. So I put my nose in there, got loose, tried not to overcorrect, still got into him. I'm glad I didn't steal the win away from him like that. It's not what I do. But hey, it was a fun race. It's Darlington. I definitely got my black stripes tonight, and let's get the hell out of here.
Absolutely, man. Ran a strong race. Sorry about the number, by the way. I just noticed that you were still in the 21, so we're gonna have to that fixed for next race. But yeah, second place for you, man. You got anybody you want to shout out for it?
I got to thank Wannagoons Racing. I mean, we're coming along here. I got to thank all my teammates in the race here. There's 8 of us, I believe. So everybody that's on Wannagoons, thank you for the support and that. Everybody that was watching, thank you for broadcasting. Thank the league and all of our sponsors that are on the car.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate you talking to us. We'll see you next week.
I'll be there.
Brad Patton finishing second tonight. Now we'll run through our final running order here tonight. Garrett Offenbarger taking home the win. Brad Patton second. Nick Cooper taking home that third place. Patrick O'Keefe fourth. Trevor Trago fifth. Jared Wishin taking home a sixth after that wreck. He takes home a sixth. Not going to be some happy people about that. And you got seventh, Davis Greenwell. Bradley Wilson takes up an eighth after running out of gas. You heard from that from Wolfenbarger. So taking home a top 10, running out of gas in 3 and 4 is not too bad. Thomas Green taking home a 9th. Casey Reeves 10th. Then beyond that, you got Ronnie Holmes at 11th. Andrew Reach 12th. Kenny Frisbee 13th. Nick Leo 14th. Cliff Mullins 15th. Jarrett Talmadge 16th. Cowerson Bechtel finishing 17th as our final lead lap car. Then you have Victor Lugo in 18th. Cody Linscott 19th. Garrett Warren 20th. Brian Martin 21st. Daniel Llewellyn 22nd. I guess it's backwards. Showing different on my end, but we'll go with what the results screen says. So we'll go with Daniel in 21st. Alec Kane 22nd. Brian Martin 23rd. DG Swiss 24th. Jesse Jones 25th, Brian Johnson 26th, Brian Jackson 27th. Those two finished next to each other more times than I can count. How does that happen? Okay, anyway, Jeremy Clapper Newell 28th, Brad Peters 29th, Hayden Lowell 30th. And our final 11 cars, Brantley Bryant 31st, Jeremy Brown 32nd, Garrett Boyd 33rd, Jake Vanowski 34th, Quinn Newton 35th, Blake Giglio 36th, Trenton Snead 37th, Scott Elston 38th, Ian Montrose 39th, Jeff Price 40th. And our final finisher, Corey Wenzel in the 03 and 41st. That's going to do it for me tonight. Thank you all for joining me. I'm Lucas Hoitzma. And we will see you in 2 weeks for Watkins Glen. We have an off week for Labor Day next Wednesday. So no racing for a week. And we'll be back on September 11th in Watkins Glen International for our first road course of the season. So I hope to see you there. SRL is actually going to be off until next Thursday, so catch more SRL action next Thursday. But that is going to do it for me tonight. We'll see you next time.